What's up, you majestic what the fluffs? I'm Tyler.
And I'm Shorty.
And we are the Inner Idiots.
This podcast contains graphic language, violence, and other things that you probably should not let your children listen to. Please enjoy.
Welcome back to the Inner Idiot, the show where energy given is energy received. So we come full circle. Send nudes. That's right. Put your ugly kids to bed. Take a dump. Do whatever you got to do to get away and listen to us. Let me introduce my wonderful, as always, co-host, Lord Shorty Hoffman. The Lord that's never bored, the commander of the comic books, Shorty fresh in the flesh, allergic to shirts and all. 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
Here I am. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I liked your little claps on your belly. That was nice.
I don't clap my hands. I clap my stomach.
Yeah. It was fun. So, how was your day, man? How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually really good. Really busy. I started building shelves for Camden. I'm not finished with them yet, mainly because I had to wait for stain and shit. But then I started making, I'm building a fire pit that looks like a giant D20.
Yeah, you showed me pictures of that. That looks so dope.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. Super pumped.
Now, that's got like a lid, right? Like where the 18 or whatever would be opens up?
Like yeah, like the top 5 sides lift up and off. That way you can clean it out or do whatever you need to. And real easy and whatnot.
It looks super dope. I think the fans need to see it.
All right, yeah. I mean, once it's done, I'll finish it this weekend. I'm going back down to my dad's house to finish welding the rest of it up. I got most of the pieces cut out. I just got to do a little bit more welding and I'm done.
You're a man of many talents, Shorty.
I am a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
See?
And that's my whole life.
And those of you who don't know, I'm your host, Tyler Havlin, and I am not nearly as talented as Shorty. I'm just kind of over here just flapping in the wind like one of those things you see at a car dealership, only much rounder. That's me. Let me tell you what, today could have been a really good show had I still been fasting. Because let me tell you what, dude, I was so fucking hangry and mad at everything. Like, I was mad at motherfuckers for existing and sharing oxygen with me.
So, how long did you fast for?
3 days.
God,
dude, it was brutal. At the end of the second day, I was standing in my kitchen at 10 o'clock at night with a straw in my mouth, sipping water with an open bottle of barbecue in the other hand, sniffing the barbecue while I was drinking the water just to try and make the water taste like fucking barbecue.
Did it work?
No, it did not. It just pissed me off. I was finding the smelliest shit in my fridge I could just to open it and smell it. Reba walked in with a stain on her fucking hoodie. I was like, what is that? She's like, beef and broccoli. I was like, let me smell it. Smelling her hoodie. It was horrible. God, it was absolutely horrible.
And this is all the weight loss journey. Is that what what this is? That's funny.
We were supposed to have a guest today, and it doesn't look like he's gonna make it.
Obviously, we're recording.
Yeah, because I forgot he was gonna be here too.
Oh wow, what the fuck?
But so yeah, there's that.
Neat.
So today's top 5. Now, I know a lot of dudes that got a lot of bitch in them.
A lot of bitch?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, so, you know, you hear people refer to women as bitches. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm okay with that as long as it's in a joking manner. As long as we're not, like, seriously, oh, bitches this and bitches that. Like, that's fine with me. As long as it's in a joking manner. But we should normalize calling dudes bitches too, because there's a lot of dudes out there that could really benefit from dialysis to get the bitch out their blood.
Who doesn't do this? I'm confused. I call dudes bitches more than I call women bitches.
I know, but like if you said like, yeah, look at these bitches, like automatically people's minds gonna think women. No,
I'm gonna think of my friends. Look at these motherfucking bitches.
So we need to normalize that. So
okay.
Today's top 5 is top 5 things that would constitute a dude as a bitch.
Okay.
All right. Number 5. If a motherfucker uses a dental dam when he's partaking in a pink taco,
Did you actually look it up?
yes, I looked it up. You didn't see? I posted a picture and
Oh,
tagged
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't recall. I might. I don't know.
So if you're using a dental dam to partake in the pink taco, you're a bitch.
I mean, you're just trying to make yourself safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got to be safe. You don't know where some of these women have been, and some women don't know where their dudes have been. You know what I'm saying? You got to play it safe.
I don't know, man. I feel like if you feel the need to use a dental dam, that woman's not for you.
Yeah, fair.
If she's that bad. All right, number 4. Being intimidated by an independent, strong woman. That makes you a bitch. I'm sorry. We live in an age where it shouldn't be a thing.
Intimidated? I don't know, man. You see some of these bodybuilder women, you know what I'm saying? And, like, this is a true story. Like, every time I see one, they're done up like Wonder Woman or Power Girl or Supergirl or something like that. And they're all fucking ripped and jacked and shit. All I can think of is that scene from Futurama. It's called Death by Snoo Snoo.
Yes, Death by Snoo Snoo.
That's all I can think about.
Could you think of a better way to go?
No.
Death by Snoo Snoo. I mean, it's here.
If some muscly chick who's good looking wants to, like, fuck me, like, I will submit.
You hear that, ladies? If you're buff, if you're ripped, if you're fucking jacked, as long as you don't have a penis,
True story.
Shorty's here for you.
That's it.
Run it.
Yep.
Number 3 is being homophobic. I think we're well past that.
I can't be homophobic.
No.
My friends are borderline gay with all of us.
Yeah, I've met your friends.
I know.
Half of them are my friends.
Yeah, you're one of them.
Yeah, we do gay shit.
Right.
And it's fun. I mean, now look, people. Like, we ain't, like, having no, like, naked butt time.
Well,
But
you're not.
But, well, okay. Well, let's hear about the naked butt time.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's, like, homophobia, like, the fear of gays confuses me.
Right.
Like, I'm not afraid of gays. Like, I'm just more, like, I don't mind gay people. I don't like flamboyantly gay people. Like, have you ever seen...
I don't like flamboyantly straight people.
I don't know what that means.
Like, I mean, anybody can be flamboyant. Like, if you're just completely outlandish all the goddamn time, you can never turn it off.
Well, I mean, you see some of these some of these gay dudes, like, they act more like prissy chicks than prissy chicks act. You know what I'm saying? And that shit drives me up a wall.
Okay, is it the fact that they're a dude, or does that personality trait in itself?
Oh, it pisses me off in general. But, like,
so it could be a woman as well acting like that.
right, but the thing is I've never seen a woman act like that. And that's what annoys the fuck out of me. I can't say it would annoy me if a chick does it because I've never seen a chick do it.
See, I think the flamboyancy is hilarious. I think it's fun to be around.
I think it's fucking annoying.
Now, being around it all the time, like, it gets a bit much. Like, being around me all the time gets a bit much. So sometimes I have to turn it off and just not be sarcastic. So I get it. Anything in too large of an amount. But yeah, I think it's fun. Number 2, not holding the door open for old people. Look, if you're walking into the gas station and there's a 66-year-old man trying to walk in, like, and you don't hold the fucking door for him, like, you're a bitch. Like, that dude's probably just trying to get a fucking sixer because his grandkids won't fucking play pinochle with him or some shit. You know what I mean?
I think we should just normalize holding the door open for people if we get there first. Like, just in general. Not just old people, not women, just people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I try to hold it, like, if I get to a door first and there's somebody just a few steps behind me, I will gladly step aside and allow them through.
All right, I agree with you. Hold the door for everybody. But what is the few steps? What's the window of opportunity that I'm supposed to hold the door open?
Within 10 feet.
But what if they're 10.5 feet?
You hold it open behind you.
Okay.
Like, you walk into the door, you hold it open. As they get there, they put their hand on it. Then you proceed. Now, if they're within, 5 to 10 feet, right there, you stand to the side and hold the door open. That way they can enter next.
All right. Now, here's the next thing. Because I'm going to be real pissed if I hold the door open for somebody that's 10 foot away and they stop at 5 foot mark and bend down to tie their goddamn shoe. Like, that's
Then
where I
you
draw the
continue
line. It's
on.
like, you know what?
Then you continue on. They are ignoring your courtesy. Then you just, all right, cool beans.
All right. I think 10 feet. I don't know. I guess 10 feet ain't really a lot. Like, if you lay down a basketball goal.
It's a solid 3.5 steps.
Oh, yeah. That ain't
The average step is 2.5 feet.
I learned something new today.
Yeah, the average stride.
I like it. I can dig it. Number one thing that makes a dude a bitch is if they don't listen to the Inner Idiot podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty bitchy.
Bitches. That is the number one. Here's an honorable mention, though. Deadbeat parents. I gotta say dudes, because it's about dudes. So deadbeat fathers. Like, if you can't pick your kid up from Chuck E. Cheese, if they're in a fucking Chuck E. Cheese mugshot lineup, and you're like, oh, which one's mine? Like, if you can't right off the bat be like, yeah, that's my kid.
This is a weird scenario. Are you hitting home to something, buddy?
No, it's just what pops to mind.
Oh, all right.
Picking your kids up from Chuck E. Cheese and not recognizing the motherfuckers.
Very oddly. But you said like a mugshot lineup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I'm saying, like, you see when the cops line people up, they're like, well, was it 1 through 7? And then they're like, I don't know. Like, you're picking your
this
kid
is just
up.
a weird, like, a really weird, specific analogy.
When do I not use weird specific analogies?
Well, I mean, most of the time it's just like, oh, no big deal. Like, who cares? But, like, are you okay, buddy? Did you have a bad childhood history at Chuck E. Cheese or something?
Yeah. I mean, like any other, the fucking mouse terrified me.
Did it really?
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
It's a giant fucking mouse.
Yeah, it's also a guy in a costume.
I was a kid. I didn't know that. And when I was a kid, they had the tunnels under the stage.
Yeah.
Now they ain't even got a stage. Have you been in Chuck E. Cheese recently?
Not in the last 7 years.
It's booty juice. Complete booty juice.
What?
Yeah, dude. It's absolutely horrible.
Oh. I was unfamiliar with the turn of phrase there. Huh.
No. Just completely bad.
Huh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Last time I went to Chuck E. Cheese's for one of my nephew's birthdays, and I walked in and I said, I have adult money now, and I spent $30 in tokens.
But see, there's nothing to even play with those tokens anymore.
I mean, like 7 or 8 years ago there was.
Was there?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I think it's been a couple years, but I went. They didn't have skee ball. They didn't have the basketball shot. They no longer had Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, no Gauntlet, no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, Doug, because you can't win tickets on those.
I know, but still, arcades are the shit.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Have you been to 16-bit?
I have not.
16-bit's a good fucking shot, dude.
We'll make this a fucking summer excursion.
Sure. It's a fucking bar, dude.
I know.
A bunch of arcade games and shit. It's fucking blast.
It's got like new and old school.
Mostly old school, yeah.
Do they have Michael Jackson's Moonwalker?
Fuck, I don't know.
I gotta find that.
I know it's got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's got the original Mortal Kombat. It's got Tekken. It's got Gauntlet. It's got Centipede, Galaga, fucking Donkey Kong, Super Mario Brothers, the original version.
And you just go in and pay a flat fee, right?
You go in and buy a drink.
That's it?
Yeah. You go in, buy a drink, whether it be something on tap or one of their specialty drinks. You go in, you play. If you get a high score on a game, you get a free drink. There was one night I kept 3 of my buddies continuously getting free drinks. It was like right after they first opened up. We went up there, and I'm really good at Galaga and Centipede. It's the only 2 games I'm like really good at. And I fucking owned the top score for like 4 hours straight.
Fucking A.
I just kept beating my own.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah.
So whoever put the top score out first obviously didn't do that good of a job.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Even though you're good enough to beat it, like you beat it 4 times.
I beat my own score 4 times.
Like, did you just stop? Like, oh, this was easy to get to. Let me stop and start over. So
No, I genuinely died. I didn't like. The only one I couldn't beat again was my beer tap one. But I don't even think they have beer tap anymore, which just kind of sucks because that was a fun game.
I don't even know what beer tap is.
I try to explain it, but it's you're a bartender, and you got to make sure everybody at the bar stays happy, and you got to rotate your guy over the 5 different bars and throw beer at him, and you got to fill them up, and you can't overfill them. So you got your handle or joystick or whatever you pull down, and then you throw it up whenever you're or you hit A. Then you throw it up when you're done, and then you throw the beer down to the people, and then you got to catch their change, their payments as they're coming.
I think we need to play this in real life.
Fuck that. I probably wouldn't be good at it then. Though I don't know. I get really good at random things really quickly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is
again,
true.
being the jack of all trades and the master of none.
All right, we're gonna take a break,
Okay.
and then we'll be right back.
All right.
I miss you guys already.
Hey, Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course. Or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked, and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here, too.
So all you got to do is sign up at SpotifyForPodcasters.com or get the app, and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're here.
It's March 30th, 2020 dumb.
Yeah.
And there's some holidays today. You know what holidays they are, Shorty?
Fuck no.
Guess what I'm going to tell you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, it is Doctor's Day because these motherfuckers need a day. Their paychecks are their goddamn day. It is National I Am in Control Day, which obviously I'm not celebrating because I ain't in control of shit in my life. National Pencil Day. Jam one of those motherfuckers right in my eye. National Virtual Vacation Day. Virtual vacations just fucking boggle my mind. Like, oh, I can't go somewhere, so I'm just going to look at pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's dumb to me. Absolutely dumb. Just watch TV.
Right.
You want to go to the beach? Cool. Watch fucking Baywatch. Am I wrong?
I mean, whatever.
All right, it is National Take a Walk in the Park Day. Now, this one I can get down with if I didn't have a bum knee. And Turkey Neck Soup Day. Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh, fuck, that was a good one. That was Shorty. That was not Tyler. I cannot take credit for that. All right, so that's the holidays for March 30th. Some shit happened in history on March 30th.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that. All right, so.
The really big one, too. There's a really big one today.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you lead with it because I don't know what the really big one is today.
Today's anniversary, March 30th, in 1939, Batman was created. His first debut.
Really?
Yep.
I should have known.
Yeah. It's a big fucking deal, buddy.
I didn't know, though.
The biggest of fucking deals.
How that was not on the list I was going through boggles my fucking mind. How could that not be on the list
I don't know.
of shit that happened on this day in history?
True story. The Batman symbol is more recognizable than the Christian cross.
I can believe that.
Yeah. True fucking story.
Like, hold on.
Our Savior.
More recognizable. Because, I mean, everybody knows what a cross is, but they just... Is it that they
It's
know...
more recognizable than the Christian cross.
So is it like, oh, that's a cross, but people don't always associate that with
I
Christianity,
think
whereas
so, yeah.
you see the bat symbol, and you're like, oh, fuck, that's a Batman.
Yeah, that's a bat symbol.
Yeah.
You know exactly what that is.
Right, that makes sense. Perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that just makes all my shit just sound fucking doo-doo, but I'll go on anyways. In 1867, March 30th, the Alaskan Purchase took place. U.S. buys Alaska from Russia for $7,200,000
When?
in 1867. That would equate to about 112 million, maybe today. I think is what it said.
That's not that much.
I know, but it's like it's roughly 2 cents an acre. Yeah. Why did the U.S. even want Alaska? They're like, oh, look at this big hunk of ice up here. Doesn't even connect to the rest of us. Fuck it, we're gonna buy it.
Not all of Alaska's ice.
I know, but in general, like Alaska would be beautiful to visit. Don't get me wrong. I am not completely ignorant about Alaska. But looking at a map, and you're like, oh, Canadia's all right here. Yes, I called it Canada. It happens. And then you got this little chunk of fucking land up here. It's like, let's buy that. Why?
I mean,
Is it
I
just...
can't imagine Russia really wanting to keep it, you know what I'm saying? But because it's not attached to their to the rest of them, you know what I'm saying?
It's not attached to the rest of us.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I guess by association it is.
But I mean, it's like closer to us than Russia.
Is it?
Kinda.
Is it?
I mean,
Maybe this is something we need to look up. The distance from Alaska to the mainland and the distance from Alaska to Russia. Let's look that up in the break.
okay,
And we'll just let these motherfuckers know when we come back.
sure.
But
sure.
let's move on to the next one. 1910, March 30th, Mississippi Legislature founded Legislature. Yes, I almost butchered that. I may have butchered it. Fuck, who knows? Anyways, they founded the University of Southern Mississippi, where it was okay to sleep with your sister.
Ah,
I don't know. That's all I think of in Mississippi.
Sleeping with
Mississippi
your
and
sister?
Alabama. Yeah. Just sibling sex. Not me having sex with my sibling, but just siblings running around having sex. Some of them weird southern traditions.
Like with
and
each
shit.
other?
Yes,
Or,
with each other.
so when I
Goddamn.
think of Mississippi, I just think of like hot, sweaty mosquitoes and alligators.
Yeah, there's that too.
I fucking hate Mississippi.
And if you're living and listening in Mississippi, sorry, we're not sorry. Did you sleep with your sister or your brother? Or both at the same time? Who knows?
The one time I can remember going to Mississippi, me and my parents and my sister, like there was 4 of us or whatever.
You didn't sleep with your sister?
No,
down
I
there,
didn't
did
sleep
you?
with my
Okay.
sister. I was like, oh, it's tradition. Get over here. No. No, we were sitting around in fucking like Wendy's or some shit, and like my dad takes a drink of his like Diet Coke or whatever he's drinking. He's like, man, this tastes really bad. And my mom's like, does it? And she takes a drink of it. She goes, wow, it does taste really bad. So I don't believe them. I'm like, really? So I grab it, take a drink. I'm like, wow, this tastes like garbage. And my sister's like, no way. She grabs it, takes a drink. My dad looks at all of us. After Rosemary sits there and goes, oh my God, this is disgusting. He's like, I told you guys it was gross, and you didn't believe me so much so that you actually drank it yourself.
Every one of you.
Every single one of us.
That's
dude. We're
fucking
all,
hilarious.
It just went around the table. He's like, wow, this tastes like garbage. And Mom, me, Rosemary, all followed suit. Wow, this does taste like shit, Dad.
Did you all figure out why it tastes like shit?
We just assumed it was because of the water. I just assumed it was because it was Mississippi. Everything's bad.
So don't drink the water in Mississippi. Fuck it, we're just not annihilating that state off of our listenership. Fuck you, Mississippi.
It's all right. I'm pretty sure people who live in Mississippi don't have Mississippi pride. They're
No.
like, you're right. Everything is better outside of this state.
So maybe the next episode, instead of a state appreciation, we just name off all the fuking dumb shit about
I
Mississippi.
am so down for this.
You heard
I
it
will
here.
shit on everything. I don't give a fuck.
All right. In 1953, March 30th, Albert Einstein announces revised unified field theory. I don't really know what it is.
Me
I
neither.
just caught my eye because of Big Bang Theory.
We're called the inner idiots, not the
Yeah.
inner Einsteins.
Yes, we're just surface level here, people. You get the shallow end of the pool. If you want the deep dives, you go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And by the way, what the fuck is a deep dive? Since I mentioned it, every fucking show is like, we deep dive into... What the fuck is a deep dive?
It's going deeper than the surface level of the just the basic information or whatever, like reading the if you read the top 10s I don't know, natural history things or whatever, like top 10 things that happen in natural history, you would learn, okay, these are the things, but diving deeper or taking the deep dive into those is you're deeply studying each one of those things and understanding what went into it.
All right, so on Twitter, on Instagram, every podcast is like, we deep dive into. So from now on, I'm just going to say we wade shallowly into. Fucking,
We shallow dive. We shallow dive.
We're not allowed to dive in the shallow, and we just wade.
Huh?
We just wade.
No, that just explains all the brain damage.
Aha, yes, see?
We're idiots.
A deep dive into why we're dumb.
That's right.
All right. I found this one. I was like, oh, this goes with the top 10. 1970, March 30th. Miles Davis, influential double album, Bitches Brew, was released.
Bitches brew.
I don't know what it is. I've never heard it. I've probably heard Miles Davis. He's a jazz musician at some point because, I mean, jazz is fucking dope.
Yeah, I like jazz.
But-
I know of him. I don't know if I could point out his music.
I couldn't either, but I know of him. But now we got to listen to Bitches Brew.
Okay.
I've got to hear it at this point. All right, 1981, March 30th, U.S. President Ronald Reagan is shot and wounded in an assassination attempt by John Hinckley. 3 others are also wounded. He did not succeed because he did not have a middle name, apparently. Just saying, every assassin has 3 fucking goddamn names. They always use. Killers get all 3 of their names read.
Right, because we want to specifically know who they are.
So this guy, he doesn't even get a middle name. He's like, you fucked up. You couldn't even kill the president. Ha.
Except for Charles Manson, we don't know his middle name.
Does he even have a middle name?
I don't know.
Dude, he's a creepy motherfucker.
He is a creepy motherfucker. He's a loony.
Yeah. I've watched a couple deep dives into him.
Yeah.
That shit is
It's fucking funny.
No, thank you. All right, 1987. 87. Vincent van Gogh's Sunflowers sells for a record 22.5 million pounds. That is 39.7 million US dollars.
Jesus.
In the fucking 80s for a goddamn painting of a motherfucker who chopped his own fucking ear off.
Was it a painting of him, or was it a painting of sunflowers?
Sunflowers.
So?
But still, like, if I chop my finger off, is that going to make me a better podcaster?
I mean, it depends. Are you doing it for the podcast?
I mean,
he also didn't do it for painting. He did it for, shit. I think, I want to say legend, but I don't feel like that's the right word. You know,
legacy?
Legacy reasons. They said he chopped it off for a woman he cared about, but that is, I'm unfamiliar.
So that's what we're doing. Reba, I'm going to cut my ear off, baby. Don't worry. I ain't even got to mail it to you. We're under the same roof. I'm just going to leave it on the kitchen sink.
Jesus.
So that way you can clean it off.
Seems a little drastic, Ty.
I'm just saying. I got to leave a legacy, right? It'll make my podcast better.
Okay. All right.
I'm just trying to improve our show, man.
Oh, okay. All right.
Me with one less ear, maybe a few less fingers. Dude, we're going to skyrocket to the top of the charts.
This motherfucker is dedicated.
I am. I spend at least 4 hours a day on this shit. You can't always tell. But goddamn, dude, it's exhausting sometimes. All right, in 2000, look, scratch that last statement. I fucking love y'all. I love doing this. All right, so your favorite person in 2019, Swedish gamer and YouTuber PewDiePie, overtaken by Indian channel T-Series as YouTube channel with most subscribers, both on 92 million. What's your favorite YouTuber, man?
No, it is not. I fucking hate PewDiePie.
Dude, he is so bad.
He just annoys the fuck out of me, dude. Like, I don't understand the joy of watching someone else playing video games. That still, to this day, blows my mind. I don't understand it. Like, if I'm sitting directly next to you and you're playing whatever, chances are you're playing a game that I wouldn't enjoy in general. But, like, if there's a game out that I really want to play or really want to see, I'm not going to watch some other fucktard play it. So, like, him gaining success off of what I find is a dumbass medium blows my mind. Now, for everybody who streams and does all that shit, you know, like, more power to you. I don't understand your audience. Like, it fucking confuses the shit out of me. That, and he's a fucking cocky motherfucker who, like...
And he is flamboyant.
Yeah.
He may be straight, but the motherfucker is flamboyant. But here, let me give you my opinion on what you just said. I used to think it was the dumbest thing in the world. I was like, why the fuck would I ever watch a streamer? But then you realize some of these guys, I mean, it's just like listening to a podcast. Sometimes you're not always watching it for the content that they're playing. Sometimes you're watching it for what they're saying. Because sometimes these motherfuckers are hilarious. Him, no, he's just fucking annoying. And I hope he knows that. He's annoying.
I think he does know that, and he just plays into it.
And then you got some that I've actually enjoyed watching because, as you know, me and Cupcake, we used to play Smite a lot. He still plays it. Mm-hmm. So there were some streamers that I would watch to, like, try to emulate while I was playing to, you know, improve my game. Take parts of what they were doing and add it to my gameplay.
I feel like that's slightly different. Like, if you as a streamer are putting out guides and tutorials and things like that, that is one thing. Like, you're notably good at a game, this, that, and the other, and you're doing this. Like, what is the name? My buddy's always talked about it. He's a PUBG player. Ninja, I think his name is.
Yeah, I've heard of Ninja.
Yeah. So he's surprisingly good at PUBG or whatever, you know.
Uh-huh.
And my buddies would watch him to understand how he would get so good. All right, cool. And then they started watching him just for pure entertainment. And that's where I lose it. Like, I watch tutorials on video games if I'm, like, confused or I need help with something. And granted, all those tutorials are Minecraft tutorials because that's what I enjoy playing. Mm-hmm. And if it's an RPG or something else, the other genres, I don't need tutorials. I'll just figure it out on my own because all my information's inside the game to give me that. Now, Minecraft is a little bit more tricky because of, like, the intricacies of building things. So that, and, like, I'm not watching them for specifically watching them to, like, the gameplay and stuff like that. And fuck, even the ones who are, like, the streamers or the guys who make the tutorials, if they're funny and cracking jokes while I'm watching, I don't even like it. Like, it's not. Okay. I'm using this as a learning step. I'm not trying to laugh and have fun. I'm trying to learn. Well, and I think that's the difference between, like, him as a streamer, like PewDiePie as a streamer, and other people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's where we can take it to this. So you're not a huge sports fan.
Fuck no.
And we've talked about that before. So for you to sit down and watch a football game, you're like, I don't want to do this, right? Right. But for me to sit down and watch a football game, like, I love it. Mm-hmm. So maybe you got these people out here. And by the way, if you stream, hell yeah. If you're chasing your dream, fuck yeah, good for you. Go for you. Fucking run it. It's cool. Like,
yeah, more power to you. Like, definitely. Seriously, like, I'm not shitting on anybody.
This is just personal opinions. It isn't. We're saying you're fucking garbage. Neither one of us are.
Like, I have a few friends of mine who are active streamers, right? And they're like, "Oh, come on, man, why don't you watch my show and support me?" I'm like, "Do you listen to anything that I do? Do you like?" Because, like, I sell some of my stuff that I make out in my shed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch you because I'm not into your content. Right. Like, that's just the way it is. Like,
and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But there are people out there. So, like I was saying, I enjoy watching football. There are people out there that, you know, really enjoy, especially the younger generation today, that really enjoy watching other motherfuckers play video games. It's almost like a sport. I mean, it's an e-sport. So you got these games like Smite, like League of Legends, where you can see somebody just do some dope ass shit. Like that you just personally, you can't do it. You're not that good at it. So when you see them do it, you're in awe. Right. So, I mean, I get it. Like the streaming thing, it isn't always for me. To me, I will watch a stream. There's a couple out there that I will watch. Nightwolf, I'll check him out.
But again, are you doing this for educational reasons?
No, I do. I personally do it for the interaction and to maybe see some cool stuff. Like, damn, that dude's really good. But it's also not something I'm going to turn on to just watch either. Sure. To me, it's more about the interaction and the person playing that game. Like, for me to be able to sit and watch a streamer, it's, all right, do I like this person? Do I connect with them? Or do they make me laugh? Do they make me feel something? Whereas PewDiePie just makes me feel like, I fucking hate you. I hope you and Taylor Swift get married and fucking fly off somewhere and never come back. But, I mean, there are people out there. God, I can't fucking remember his name because I haven't watched him in so long. But he is a Smite. He's a Smite jungle expert. I can't remember his name, but he's cocky as shit and he's a douchebag. But I fucking love him, and he is one of the few streamers I would watch. Sure. And I'll tune into Nightwolf sometimes and watch him. You know, talk with him on the chat, and that's something else that's really cool about streaming.
You get to interact with your audience, and that's pretty dope.
Is the direct interaction while you're watching. Mm-hmm. So it's an immersive experience to me. Sure. And I think it's really neat for some people to be able to do this. Because, I mean, look, there's a lot of gamers out there that is their escape to the world. Mm-hmm. Maybe they have, and I feel like a lot of the people that are on these a lot, you know, have anxiety issues. They have social issues. Mm-hmm. Not issues, but they're quirks. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they're on here, and they get validation from these streamers, and I think it's really cool for them. Wow, we got really fucking derailed on that. Was that a deep dive?
That was a deep dive.
Holy fuck.
That's what it was right there.
Wow, I think that was our first one ever.
Now man, you've heard me good. You've heard me get into comics. Yeah, that's the first time you've ever done it.
You dive deep, but me, I like to stay at the shallow end where I belong. I didn't learn to swim till I was 14, okay? For a reason.
No, but no, I mean, I see what you're saying, like, and I empathize with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand people wanting to escape. I can understand people wanting to, like, also jump into the, the realm of feeling included and stuff like that. You know, like, you're in a niche audience, you know, if you like this game or whatever like that, and you might not be surrounded by people who are into it. Like, hell, like, that was the way I was when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I was into comic books. I didn't have anybody who was into comic books. Now, I listen to guys review comics and talk about, like, what went into creating them and stuff like that, and talk about their favorite stories and stuff like that. But it's also, you know, like you said, you're not necessarily a lack of social skills or anxieties and stuff like that. It's because I lack that interaction. Like, I don't have anybody that can come over to my house, or I go over to their house or whatever, and tell me their favorite story arc that they've read, and it's something that I've never read before. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of my friends or people I interact with,
We're all going off of what you recommend to us.
Exactly right. So, like, nobody's taking in charge and reading stories of their own. And if, like, the few people who do talk to me about it, like, Camden's really bad about this, is he'll hear of a story that he sounds like he'll like, and then he'll go read the Wikipedia and
ruin it for himself.
Well, no, he don't. Well, he has no real interest in reading it. He wants, because he doesn't like. He says comic books aren't long enough, and we'll do that. But it's funny because, like, we'll start talking about it or whatever, and he'll be like, "No, that's not how it happened." I'm like, "Yes, it is." He's like, "No, He's like, "No, it isn't." I'm like, "Where are you getting your information from, dude? Like, mine's pulled right from the pages." And he's like, "Oh, well, I read the Wikipedia." I'm like, "You can't trust Wikipedia.
Right.
I can go in and edit that." You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to say Bruce Wayne was a big, or a 3-foot blonde midget, I can put that on Wikipedia.
It'd be really cool if he was.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be terrible.
A 3-foot midget Batman?
I just read about Batmite at that point, which is a 5th-dimensional being.
Oh, hold on, this is a thing?
That's a thing. He's not short and blonde, but he is short and fat. I don't know if he's blonde, actually. He wears a, like, mimic Batman costume. Sorry.
That's all right. Wow. So that was what happened today in history. Huh. You got an extra lesson today. You even got a deep dive.
Yeah, you got a deep dive.
I feel like you gotta say it with a deeper voice, like deep dive. Like I am Batman. Deep dive. I'm stupid. We're taking a break. Do you love podcasts? Of course you do. That's why you're here. But you know what's even better than listening to a podcast? Making your own. That's right, and Anchor makes it simple. I'm your favorite host, MC Tyler Havlin, and I'm telling you, go download the Anchor app today, Anchor FM. They have all the tools you need to get started today. And best part is, it's totally free. They push it out to all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. So get started today, people. Go download the app, Anchor FM. I'll wait. Do it now. And we're back.
And we're here.
I really need to figure out a new sign-on for when we come back from breaks.
I mean...
Hey guys, we're back.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
We're here.
So, we were talking about some social anxieties. Like, for those new listeners, I am an aspiring comedian. So, like, I just have stage fright like a motherfucker. I can get in here and talk to the mic knowing I'm talking to all of you. And it's okay for me.
Right, because the only person you're saying is me.
Right. And you are one of the most open, understanding people there are. When we have guests in, like, it's cool. This is our show. Like, they're in our fucking environment.
Right.
Like, I'm cool with that. But getting up on stage, like, really frightens me. Like, I have maybe an upcoming gig, and then we're putting together a stand-up night here locally. But here's my big thing. I have 3 moods when it comes to talking in front of people. And the first 2 are usually the ones that are going to happen. So I have to hope for the third if I'm going on stage. So my first mood is, oh fuck, I hope they like me. Right? How do I always get into lists? Like, I love lists. Damn. Alright, my second mood is, I think they might like this. We'll see. Maybe. And my third mood is, fuck you, I'm funny.
Sure.
Now, if I can hit that third mood when I'm going to go up on stage, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. I mean, because you see how it is when we sit around a fire and drink and whatnot. Like, I'm completely open. I'll fucking say the dumbest shit.
Right.
But, I don't know, something about if I'm not drinking, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like, well, the only way I can do it is if I'm drinking. Because I don't drink a whole lot, and I don't want to drink just to do what I enjoy.
I mean,
You know
it's
what I
just,
mean?
you know, that little bit of liquid courage. That's what really, you know, loosens you up.
Yeah.
And that's where, I mean, I think that's why you see a lot of comedians actually drink while they're on stage. You know what I'm saying? It's so they can cut loose.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I
No.
don't. But for me, it's like I want to have the strength to do it without that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to use, and I'm not saying everybody uses it as a crutch. I'm saying I would use it as a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some other people, like, that's just how they fucking go. Like, I mean, you got potheads out here that are completely functional potheads. Like, I'm not a functional pothead. When I smoke weed, like, I'm down. I'm done for the night. Like, I might see your face melt off
right.
as I fall asleep. I love it. It's great. I would love to get high. I can't, obviously, because I'm a goddamn adult with drug testing jobs and shit. And obviously, as I just said, I'm not a functioning pothead. I just fucking smoke and sleep
Right.
and eat. And God knows I don't need to do more of that.
Right.
Oh, which, by the way, after tonight's dinner, I fast for another couple days. Oh, yay. Oh, boy.
Yay, intermittent fasting.
Yeah, if we record Saturday, I will be in the middle of a fast.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
I'm excited to see it.
Fuck around, rob a bank.
See, I think, like, I don't know, man. People tell me I'm funny, but a lot of times when I am funny, I'm fucking annoyed. Like, I'm not, because I don't think I'm funny. I don't think I'm a comical human being. I'm not, like, I'm very grounded. You know what I'm saying? And when I am funny, I'm fucking annoyed like hell.
Right.
And people find huge amounts, because I'll say shit that just is mean, and you know,
And that's funny.
exactly right. Like,
And as long as you're not annoyed with me, I'm cool with it. I love
Right.
it. Because I wouldn't classify you as funny. I would classify you as funny when you're annoyed.
Right.
Like, that's how I would explain it. And you have witty things you say.
sure,
But to me, your appeal is your mind.
right,
You know what I mean? It is your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about you is
I appreciate that.
the way you give your opinion and how you don't speak on something unless you feel like you can thoughtfully speak on it.
Right.
And a lot of people, including myself, will not do that. I'll just, oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just spurt off some dumb shit real quick.
And I take a huge interest. I try to take a huge interest in what people are, you know, passionate about and stuff like that. But like, when it comes, like, my brother for years kept telling me that I needed to do stand up, and I said no, I would never do stand up. I'm not comical. I have some funny stories that happened to me, but like, those are just things that like just happen, and because of how I react and the way I am, and so willing to do things, you know, that's usually how it ends up being comical. Because
Right.
me getting lost in Cincinnati and finding a good way to entertain myself, like, I'm incredibly self-efficient. I know how to entertain myself for several hours on end. So I don't, you know, and that's outside of video games or messing around in the shed making stuff, whatever. It's just like, oh, I'm in a city. I have nothing to do.
We'll find
Fucking find something. Like, I'll get lost. I don't give a shit. Yeah. And people find that hilarious. People find it exciting. And I don't understand it. But, you know, hey, to each his own.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. But, I mean, back to where this started, like, my social anxieties, you know, prevent me from things like that at times.
Sure.
Where I can go out
Now,
with friends.
is it purely because you're, like, worried about, I think, honestly, because you've said it before, like, you're worried about people not liking you, and you want people to like you.
Yeah, for the most part. All right, so, those listening, I used to be a huge athlete. Like, sports was my life.
Sure.
Sports and being funny. But here's the thing. I didn't get stage fright. I didn't get choked up. I didn't get cold feet. Nothing like that when I was playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
When I was fighting, it's just me and one other dude in the cage. I didn't freeze.
Right.
There was no nervousness there. It was almost boring to me.
Sure.
When I played football, I'd be out on the field. It was almost boring to me because I know I'm damn good at these things. Like, there's no challenge in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can measure how good I am by my stats, by my wins, you know.
Sure.
By this, by that. It's a measurable statistic.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas comedy, sure, yeah, like 10 people laughed, 4 people didn't. Well, fuck, why didn't those 4 people laugh? Why wasn't what I said funny? You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's so hard to appeal to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to sit in a room with, especially when you're like you up and coming, your first open mic, you might get a solid 50% of those laughing. You know what I'm saying? And that's a success. You know what I'm saying? 50%, fuck, even 20% of those people laughing is a success.
But see, that's not good enough for me. And that's part of where my problem is.
Right. And I think you're just going to have to get over the mental hurdle that just because only 20% of the people in the room laughed doesn't mean you didn't succeed. Like, the crowd wasn't right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, the demographic of people who would enjoy your thing might not all have been there. But that's going to be the thing is, like, the more you do it, and somebody's like, oh, man, did you see Havlin? Like, that motherfucker's hilarious. Like, they're going to recommend it to people that they think would find him funny or whatever.
Right.
So they're just going to bring more people in. So, like, the next open mic, if people got your name or whatever, like, oh, this motherfucker's telling jokes again, I want to show up. They show up with a couple of their buddies. All of a sudden that 20% just jumped to 25 because one of those people, a couple of those people brought their friends. The next show you do, goes up to 40%, 50, 60. And then you're doing shows like, most comedians, when they get big, they're now doing shows where they're in front of thousands of people and all them motherfuckers are laughing. And that's because your name spreads the word of mouth. Like, you have a certain demographic. Like, who's a comedian? Who's the redneck comedian?
Oh,
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah,
That's his name. I don't find him funny in the slightest.
No.
I've never found him funny. So, his audiences think he's hilarious because he's built up that specific audience. My type of comedian would be like Robin Williams. Like, he's one of my favorites. Like, his stand-up shows are hilarious. I can't think of any other comedians because I don't watch them. I don't fucking watch comedians. But, like, some of their stand-ups are really fucking good. But, like, a lot of times it's my friends, Otto or Trevor or somebody like, hey, have you seen this stand-up? You would really enjoy it. Because it's a lot of off-color humor. It's really dark. It's this, that, and the other. Like, yeah, sure, I'll watch. And if, and there's some things my friends recommend to me that I just don't find funny. I'm like, yeah,
right.
Okay, this is the thing.
And to go with that, so, like, you even said, like, it's the name. So the name saying the joke matters. And that's one of the things that bothers me because I've written jokes.
Sure.
Certain jokes. And they go over well. Mm-hmm. But then I will give them to somebody more established to use.
Sure.
And when that more established person uses that joke, oh, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. It's like, motherfucker, I wrote that. And I can't say that because at that point, hey,
it seems
it's
petty.
your joke. Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's, I think Camden said it, it's not who tells it first, it's who tells it the loudest.
Sure.
And the loudest just happens to be the most well-known of the two. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's part of my struggle. Because, dude, I know I'm fucking funny. I know the shit I put out there, like, people eat it the fuck up. But I know if I was more established, it would go over 1,000,000 times more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's that hurdle for me is where, like, I know I'm good enough. But god damn it, like, the irritation of it can just be so much sometimes. And because I'm not well established, I don't have people writing my stuff.
Sure.
I write my stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't have... what is it? I have to write more than somebody more established. Whereas somebody more established, like, if you listen to these other comedians' podcasts, they're not funny.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's a story. It's this, it's that. Whereas I try to write a couple jokes per episode for us.
Sure.
And, I mean, usually that's all the top 5 is. It's a fucking joke. It's made to make people laugh. Mm-hmm. So I'm having to write so continuously that it becomes a mental burn after a while. And I've been suffering from writer's block because we've been doing this for 6 months now, 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of writing every week, every day. So it's like, all right, well, fuck, what do I joke about now? You know,
well, I think one of the big things is with this specifically, you're trying to write new material every single time. When you go to do a stand-up, you can recycle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the plan.
Because, like, I mean, I watch the few comedians that I watch, like, they tell the same jokes over and over and over again, but they're telling it to new audiences.
They'll do a tour, and through the tour, it'll be the same show.
Right.
It's just there's a tweak here and there. They go off of audience reaction.
Yeah. And the big thing is like picking that one fucktard in the front and like, you're my punching bag for this.
And that's where I fucking excel. Like,
Right.
give me a fucking punching bag. But, yeah, so, you know, like I said, they have somebody writing their shows, or part of it, because, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, write a majority of their show, but then
you listen to a lot of comedians nowadays, and they all, like, a lot of comedians talk amongst themselves, and they'll exchange jokes.
Right.
Because what might be right for Dave Chappelle might not be right
for Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy, exactly right. But if Dave Chappelle writes a joke, he's like, fuck, I can't say this. Hey, Jeff, you want a joke? And give it to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always exchanging hands. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of comedians, man, like, I think that would be a bigger thing is for you to, like, expand your circle and, like, play off of each other as far as comedians go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and, like, that goes with anybody in any field. You know what I'm saying? In order to get better, you need to surround yourself with people who are doing those same things.
Exactly. No, I get it. Completely. Well, this turned into fucking 20 minutes of me bitching.
I mean, whatever.
You know,
to help you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think a big thing is like a lot of people fear failure off the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's a terrible thing. It's like, because I mean, in our society or whatever, we see people succeed over some of the dumbest shit. Like, how the fuck did you get big for this? And
Larry the Cable Guy.
sure.
Oh my God.
But
That
it's one of those things where we have this predication, like, if I don't succeed the first time, I will never succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've known authors who've written dozens of books before they print their first one. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's one of those things where you're just like, fuck it, I gotta jump. And if I don't stick it, I gotta jump again.
Right.
And jump again and jump again. And you need it. It's one of those things where you're going to have to get over your own fears and your own anxieties just to say, fuck it, I'm doing it. Like, when I started woodworking and selling it, like, anybody can do what I do. Anybody. You can pick up a fucking hammer, you can pick up a fucking drill, and put this shit together just like I can. It's not hard. But if you don't feel like doing it, that's where I excel.
Right.
I enjoy doing this kind of thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it's, you know, like, if I wanted to be funny, I could sit down and fucking learn how to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's something you can learn?
I think people have a better affinity for it. Like, you will be more skilled in it than I will, obviously, because you have a natural gift for being funny. I don't. However, I feel like if anybody wants to be anything, all they have to do is try. Like, if you want to be funny, you just have to try.
See, I don't think it works that way. I mean, I guess that's kind of the unpopular opinion. But, like, I feel like if I was to try and sit down and write a story, I can sit down and write a story.
Sure.
It's not going to be any damn good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to write 100 pages. You know, I might give you 4 or 5 solid pages of trash, but I can't sit down and write a story. If I was to try and act, I don't think I can act. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things where it's practice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
The first bench I made, you know, woodworking, looked like shit. It's just the way it is, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It just takes time to understand what you're doing and how you're doing it, and just, you know, you got to go through your prototype 1, prototype 2, prototype 3 until you get to this final act. Okay, this is what it is. And even then, like, that isn't the final thing. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps going.
So I should probably take my own advice because, I mean, we've had Camden on before. And I've told him, like, dude, just write. Like, if you read Camden stuff,
I've read some of it.
dude, it's good. It's really good. It surprised me because I never knew he was into writing.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, dude, just write. Don't delete it. Save it. Don't just, like, I
Right.
guess I need to fucking take my own goddamn advice.
Yeah, just jump it, dude.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
We'll be back.
All right.
We love you. And today's outer idiot is Caitlin Kerr. She is the one that submitted the artwork for our first shirt. Yes, it looks like very innocent. It is a very innocent looking shirt. Not something you would expect from us.
It's very misleading. People are like, "Oh yeah, is that like a children's book and like how you like whatnot? How you gonna do this? Yeah, like and go fuck yourself."
Right. So yes, it is very innocent looking shirt, but it was our first fan submission. So to commemorate it, we made it into a shirt, a mug, a sticker, whatever the fuck you want to get that on, you can get it on. Just check us out on TeePublic. I tried to search for us. You might have better luck. I post the actual storefront in our fan page. I'll post it on Twitter. Again, thank you, Caitlin Kerr. You're awesome. She says she has more designs for us.
Ooh boy.
All kinds of different ones though, because like that was just her first one.
Sure, I'm excited.
And I've seen her work. Like she's got neat work.
Cool. I'm excited to see it.
Hopefully we're gonna be releasing new designs pretty regularly. Yeah, so check that out. That is today's outer idiot of the day.
Thank you, Caitlin.
And before we close this thing out, don't forget to check us out on Instagram at The Inner Idiot. You can join our Facebook fan page, The Inner Idiot Podcast fan page. And then I'm on Twitter. We say some dumb shit on there. People laugh. Ha ha! It's great. It is, dude. The shit we say on Twitter is just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
You say we like I'm part of it, but I don't fucking do Twitter.
You know, man. I mean, it's our show. So
Yeah, I'm a part of it. I'm in the Twitter.
the Twit of us.
That's right, the Twitterverse. It sounds awful. I would hate that.
Dude, it's so much fun, though.
It sounds terrible.
It is such a great tool for social networking.
I mean,
it really is.
yeah. I get it.
But
I'm
that's
just gonna
it.
start uploading shit to TikTok and be with it.
Well, get us on TikTok.
I'll figure the fuck
We
out.
got the page. We both put shit up there.
I'll figure the fuck out. We'll do it.
We gotta get the YouTube launched too.
God damn it.
We got so much to do for y'all.
Jesus. So much crap.
Yep. Because we love you. Tell him you love him, Shorty.
It's turning into a chore.
Tell him you love him.
I love you people.
Yeah, my kids are a chore too, but I love them.
Yeah, well, that's your fault, not mine.
Yeah, exactly. Count my lucky stars.
Yeah.
All right, so in the meantime,
In the betweens time.
when life gives you lemons, just be glad it wasn't herpes. Cue the music. We out.